Give me a second. Okay, so what's going to happen is I am going to, first of all, regarding the flowcharts, I am going to record within the week. I'm going to do a screen recording of how to write a flowchart. So I'm going to record my screen while I map a flowchart, right? That's one. Two, I'm going to, regarding the live test, we're not going to be able to do it live on the call because, again, I don't trust my network. So we're going to stay on the call till 6. Usually our classes should be 5 to 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the call from 5 to 6. And then 6 p.m., I'm going to upload the test on Google Classroom, and it will be up for 45 minutes. So the timeline is today, and from 6 to 6, so by 6:45 p.m., you're not going to be able to submit your test. And that will count as our live test. So you just submit, and then it will count as our assignment, and it will also count as our attendance for today. So if you don't stay on the call till 6, so sorry to you. If you don't participate in the test, then it will just look like you did not show up for today's class. So it is both your grade for this week, it is both your assignment for this week, and it is also your attendance for this week, right? Now, the other thing is, I just saw that someone shared the project on the group. You need to understand that every class has a different project. So make sure you check your class and ensure that the projects that you're seeing is for your class, because what Philly has sent now is for his class. And you might be in a class that has a different project. Because I know that was something some of you did last week. Last week, the assignments were different for every class, or at least for about 2 classes. The assignments were different. But some people were submitting assignments that were for a class that was not theirs. So that's how I also know that you probably are not, you're not reading the instructions, or you're not reading the questions. So go to Google Classroom and check your projects for this week has been uploaded. Now, I'm going to give you all about 5 minutes to go and look at your projects, and then anybody that has confusion about what is expected of them, speak up so that we can address it. So you all have to go on your classroom right now. There are at least 3 projects for 3 different projects for 3 different classes. So if you're picking up, tell me what class you are. So I'll look at your class and look at the project that is in your class. Now, regarding this, like I said last week, you're going to defend your project, but we haven't worked out what the logistics around you defending your project is yet. So if you have a question regarding that, just hold on. Within the week, I will communicate further. I will communicate further instructions to you, right? So regarding defense, we haven't worked out the logistics. Regarding timeline, the deadline for submission is next week. So you have, I'm not going to entertain any excuses, any reason why it's June 12th. So there's no excuse, reason why anybody isn't able to meet up with this assignment. So I'm not going to entertain any explanation or excuses regarding why you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Also, there's a form that has been uploaded by Joshua yesterday, and it is for those of you who have issues with your assignment. So if I haven't graded one of your assignments, and note that form is not for you to come and be uploading your link. It's not for you to submit your assignments. Just fill it if you have any issues, because my DM is flooded and I can no longer keep up with who is who anymore. So if you sent me a message and I didn't reply, just know that I'm overwhelmed with messages. So just fill the form. I will be keeping track of the form and using that to resolve whatever outstanding issues exist. Okay. So, Gloria.
Good evening.
Gloria, you can speak. Your hands have been up. Or was that a
Yes.
mistake?
Yes. No, I want to ask a question. Can you hear
Good
me?
evening.
Okay, good evening. My question is, The requirement states that we are to submit everything as a single document. Can you hear me? Hello?
Heard. Yes, I can.
Okay, I said the requirement for the assignment states that we are to submit everything required for the assignment as a single document. So my
Mhm.
question is how, like the flow
What's
charts,
the question?
not the flow chart, the persona,
Yes, I'm
the
waiting for the
user.
question.
Okay, yeah. So how do we do the user persona
I can
on
hear you, Gloria.
MS? Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I said the requirement for the assignment is that we are to submit everything as a single document.
Is that your
So
question? I'm
how do
listening.
we? Yeah. So how do we put the user persona on the MS document? That's the Microsoft Word document.
Sorry, I was saying that, Gloria. Can you hear me, Gloria?
Yes, I can hear you.
I was saying that include the form to your user. I want to see the questions and I want to see the responses. So include the form for your user research, and include the link to your user research form, include the link to your responses on the document. So that's what I want. If you have external document, include the link on a single document and I can access all the
Okay.
others, right?
Okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
it doesn't make any sense. Instead of using MS Word, because you just referenced MS Word, you can use Google Slide. And
Okay.
so with Google
Okay.
Slide, you can now
Do everything there.
section each.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes. Also, you can also use Notion if you want. Notion is an option that I also recommend. You can use Notion.
Okay. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Um, Livingston, sure you said it's easy. What question do you want to ask? So, no, you can't zip all the files into one document, Livingston. And
Can you hear me,
I'll
ma?
tell you why. Prince will
Yeah, can you
go.
hear me? Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, I can.
Okay, my question is
I can hear you. Good evening. Yeah,
okay,
I can hear you. Is anybody?
yes, I can hear you. My question is on this, which MVP type would you use? Like I've forgotten, like it's a bit confusing. I don't know if you can clear me on that.
Like, read the slide. I cannot tell you the answer. When you read the slide, I taught it. Read the slide and you find out the answer. So I want questions that if you are confused on how to put together the assignment, that's the kind of question I want. Don't ask me question about what I've asked you. I cannot tell you the answer to the question because if I start talking about MVP type, then I'm telling you the answer. So my expectation is that you guys read the slides that I share. So if you don't read the slides, then you will not be able to you will struggle. David Apulu.
Good evening, Judith, and good evening, everyone.
Mm.
So please, mine is an appeal. There
Okay.
could be some of us who are very occupied during the week, and usually it's weekends we are able to attend to something like this. Uh, for me, it's an appeal of extending it so that we could have 2 weekends in between this period to do this assignment. We could, if the deadline could be extended to 16th.
So the issue with the deadline being extended is I'd really like for you guys to, well, some of you, again, like I said earlier, the logistics around what's defending or presenting your project is not well thought out yet. So we'll be communicating to you further down the week. However, the vague idea I have is that some of you will talk me through your project. Now this is week 9. We have just about 3 weeks for this project to be wrapping up, right? Next week you cannot defend. That means you have just 2 weeks to defend this project. Now, if I extend it to the 16th, it means we have just 1 weekend. Do you see? That's the complaint. That's the constraint right now. So the constraint is we don't have enough time for me to. I would have been happy to give 2 weekends, but we don't have enough time for me to afford that. Unless maybe I'll see what I can do anyway. I'll take this under consideration and see what I can do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Livingstone. So regarding your question, why I don't want you to zip it into a single file is because I want you to have a portfolio, right? So this is going to serve as your portfolio for your project. Now, what I will even prefer for things like flowcharts, I would prefer you even maybe take a screenshot of your flowchart from Figma and insert it on your documents, whether you're using Notion or you're using Google Slide. I don't recommend Google Word. Either use Google Slide or you use Notion. Now, whatever documentation you are doing, I want you to do a professional work. So you are compiling every single thing that you have done into your document. So I know that I'd even said before the link, but now that I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking, the only link I want to be seeing there is your user research and your user response. That's the only link I want to be seeing. The other things should be actually documented on your document. So no link. Write everything on one document. That is going to make up your portfolio. And the reason why you should have a portfolio is because it's good for when you are applying. Remember, you don't have experience, right? You don't have field experience. And so what you're going to be putting on your CV is that you went through a product management training, and this is your portfolio that shows that you have the basic product expertise to work on a team. So don't do a file. You're putting together a portfolio. It's virtual. Israel is virtual. So maybe we'll use Google Meet. I don't have the logistics around what presenting it will look like yet. As I said, I will communicate within the week to you guys, but it's going to be virtual. So okay. Danjuma, you're asking if anyone should decide to use Notion for the project, what to submit a single link. Yes, I just answered your question. Submit one document, right? It is your product management portfolio. And I'm going to look for a template to show you guys what a portfolio should look like or what a portfolio looks like. But for this kind of entry-level class, include everything. So the only link that I want to see on your document is your user research, your Google form documents. The others are you're going to articulate it on your documents. Isaiah, Augusta, you said I've answered your question. Isaiah, you can ask your question. Remember that we are doing a test from 6 p.m. So if you drop off the call, nobody should message me or Joshua attendance. That's your attendance for today. So stay on the call so you know when the quiz is live and you can go on Google Classroom. I'm going to stay on the call throughout the class, throughout the test, so that if anybody has issues, the person can
Okay.
the person can Isaiah, you can go.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. And
Good
just answer my question. I wanted to ask concerning the link that are you going to send me the user message? Maybe just answer it. Thank you.
All right. Israel, Israel, I am on the call. You can ask your question. John A.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good evening, my
Yes.
brother. Okay. My question is still borders around the link. You said you prefer us to do the assignment with Notion or Google Slide. If we're doing it with Notion, then the link for the roadmap and all of that will be inside of it. How
No,
about if someone wants to do it with?
hold on. I'm saying don't even include link. Do everything in one document. Do you understand? Don't do Notion. Don't do roadmap on another document. Do PRD on another document. Do everything on one document. So section it
Okay.
into section your document into section, or divide your document into section. This is for PRD heading. You write your PRD. The next one, roadmap. Do you understand? So the only link that will be on your document is user research and your feedback.
Okay. What about if someone wants to use Google Slide? Second option to do it. The roadmap link, which you will do on Notion, won't you have to put the link on the Google Slide?
I'm confused.
And
I
click on
just said you should do everything on one. You either use Notion or use Google. You don't have both.
Sure. On the Google Slide, something like the roadmap, for example, how it's been done using Notion and all of that. Won't you have to drop the link off if you're using Google Slide to do your entire work?
I'm confused. Which link? If you're doing it on Google Slide, it means you're using the table template on Google Slide, right?
Oh, okay. I think that answers it.
Okay. Well, I recommend Notion because you're going to be working in Notion. So I recommend Notion.
I'll be able to. I'll find my way around Notion.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Israel.
Well, thank you, ma'am, for giving me audience. This flow chart, because the last time I complained about the issue of Jira in doing the flow chart, and then I suggested for alternative, which you granted us all. Any person can use any other alternative to do it. So the problem is still there for me now in respect of this project. When it comes to my flow chart, am I permitted to use my alternative like the way I use the
You
other
are.
one?
Just do it properly and include a screenshot. Don't include a link.
Okay, and then in the Google form, like in the last time I submitted the Google forms like that. It's not a link actually. Is a kind of a screenshot of them arranged all together. But in this particular one now, you're asking for a link for the Google form. I don't know how many links should be. If we are to do user research of 20 person, I have to submit 20 links, and I don't know if Google form generate links or I don't know.
If you're doing Google Form, have you ever used Google Form? Sure.
Yes. I use Google form in doing my survey.
Okay, so when you use Google Form, there's an option for you to share the link. When you share the link, I can see you share your admin link, not the link that you use to gather responses. So there's a link for response and there's a link for admin. You can watch a YouTube video on this. When you share your admin link, so that I can see your responses and see your question.
Okay, so the admin link will actually show all the this thing, the user researches all together, not showing a particular person's own.
To show all your feedback, yes.
Okay, better, no problems. Okay.
Okay. Adebisi. Adebisi Akande.
Hello, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I
Good
can hear
evening.
you. Good
Yes,
evening.
thank you. Please, I want to ask what's it called? The materials in the classroom. For how long would they be up for after the whole program?
I don't know that you will have access to the classroom after the program, so it's best to download it now for your
Okay,
personal use.
okay. Thank you.
All right. So I wanted to also talk about job hunting. Now, because of this, my network, I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and I wanted us to dissect a job posting, and I wanted us to dissect a job posting and tell you guys how you are able to put it on your CV. Right. So just give me a minute. Let me pull up a CV or one of my old CV when I was. Let's see if I can find it. If just give me a couple of minutes. Let me find that. Or is anyone willing to provide a CV that we can use for experiments today? I just want to show you guys how you can translate the experiences in this class on your CV. So if anybody is willing to provide their CV that we can use for an experiment, that would be great. If not, then I don't know, maybe I will use mouth to explain. Anybody? Nobody, are you shy? All right, Livingston. Okay. Guys, thank you. Don't worry, I've gotten one. Israel shared. Okay, so I'm first going to let me first show you what mine look like, and then we'll use Israel's CV. Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, so this was when I first got into products, right? And this is so I have an experience section here, right? Now let me pull up Israel's CV. Can you see Israel's CV on my screen? Feedback. Can you guys see Israel's CV on my screen? Okay.
No.
So why can't you see it? Other people can see it. You can't see Joshua.
Can't see it, though.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Okay. Can you see now? Yes, you should be able to see it now.
Yes.
Okay. So this is now using Israel's CV as a case study. This work history, I believe everybody knows how to write a CV, right? If you don't know how to write a CV, then please go and Google or ask people for how to do it. But this is not a CV writing class. Livingston, sorry, this is not a CV writing class. This is just me wanting to teach you or tell you how to document what you learned on your CV. So you already should have a good CV to start with. Now, this is the typical format for a CV. This is the typical format. Now, although Israel, you need to do a bit of formatting on your CV, but this is the typical format on your CV. Now, because you are applying to product roles and you lack product experience, you need to be able to let whoever is scanning your CV know that you have some measure of product expertise, but you don't have experience. So how do you translate it? The first way you do that is, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Can
you.
everybody? Okay. So the first way you do that is, first of all, attempt to your existing experience, attempt to articulate it in such a way that it shows transferable skills. Now, transferable skills is what I'm doing currently. How does it also align with what I will be doing as a PM, right? Now, something like ensured customer satisfaction and resolution of complaints, it works because as a PM, you're going to be working with customer success to resolve user issues, right? Perform transmission of customers' thoughts and ideas to paper. Maybe you use words like, translated customer feedback or documented customer feedback. Israel, I hope you're taking notes. This is your CV. Documented customer feedback. And what did this thing do for you? So another thing is, when you're writing your CV, you don't just write what you did. You need to tie what you did with outcome. Documented customer feedback. What did that do for you? So even now that you said perform the transmission of customers' thoughts and ideas to paper, what did that do for you in your current role? You need to tie it to outcome, because the things that you're even doing, they have outcome. So you need to show that, this is what the outcome of this responsibility is. Ensure the smooth conduct of election at polling units. What was the outcome of this? So I've said two things now. One, you articulate your responsibilities, your existing responsibilities, to show that you have transferable skills that align with products. Two, tie your responsibilities to outcomes so that whoever is looking at your CV is going to see that this is somebody that knows what they're doing. Now, the third one is, because you don't have product experience, but you want to get a product role, under this profile section, you're going to include a project section, right? And you're including it because it's not necessarily PM experience, but it's also valid PM experience, if you get what I mean. So now, all the things that you did on your portfolio, you're going to document, you're going to articulate it under the project section. So now let me share my CV. Okay, so you should all be able to see my CV now. This is the first CV I used, and so this is just how I did it. I wrote what the case study was for. So those of you who are working on BantuBox case study, if it's Bantu Academy case study, Bantu Bazaar case study, what's your role? product manager for Youth Thrive case study project. I believe that's the name of this project. Project manager for Youth Thrive case study. Now, I already have given you expo. I've given you a problem statement on the documents. You can include the problem statement, include your task here. Can I do a slideshow? I'm not sure I can do a slideshow, but let me zoom in. Okay, I hope it's bigger now. So on the document shared for the project, you can see what your problem statement is. I also gave you what your tasks are. Now, the things I said you should do on your assignments, for example, conduct quantitative user research. Livingstone, don't stress me. Is anybody experiencing the same issues, Livingstone?
I'll continue, please.
Okay. Under actions I took, conducted quantitative user research, created a customer problem template. So essentially what I've said you should do now, right? You will now translate them as actions you took on your CV under this section. No, I can't share my CV, Israel. So you can take notes while I'm speaking. Actions I took, you document them, all the actions that you took for your project. And then you now include the link. So this is my own portfolio. And this portfolio essentially documented everything that I said I did here. I documented everything here. So you see why I said I wanted you all to use a single document to do your assignment, so that when you are including your portfolio, and I use Notion. So when you're including your portfolio, it is something that is very concise and condensed, and everybody can see that this is what you did. Now, what this does, or what this did for me at the time, was that when I started to get interviews for job opportunities, it was very easy for people to see that, okay, this is somebody that doesn't really have experience, but they have the basic primary experience that PMs need to have. And so it was now what they asked me about. So I would have interviews, and the interviewers would ask me about, oh, how did you conduct user research? Or tell me about your portfolio, or walk me through your portfolio. What was the problem you were trying to solve for your portfolio, right? So these were the things that I was able to talk about during my interview. So it's important that you are able to condense all the things that you've learned, condense the things that you learned on your portfolio. You can even your assignments for grocery pay. If you like, you can include it, right? If you like, you can include it. But for the purpose of this project, you can include your CV, but for the purpose of this project, I only want to see your portfolio. I'm also going to try to share a portfolio template or a portfolio sample of what product portfolios look like, right? So now, does anybody have any question? I feel like I have covered everything that I'm supposed to cover. I'm not going to share my CV. You should have taken notes while I was speaking. If you didn't take notes, when you listen to the recording, you can take some more notes. Does anybody have any questions, so we can go and start our test? Okay. Victor Akwaso. Victor Akwaso, we cannot hear you.
Hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. For the submission of the project, I just want to confirm, are we just submitting the link? If you are using Notion, are you just submitting the Notion link? Or if you are using Google Slide, the Google Slide link?
Yes. Please, if you are using Notion, I'm not going to be tolerating all this. I can't view your link. Then I'll come back to send you a DM. If I cannot view your link, it's 0. because at this point, I believe that everybody should know what the right thing to do is. If you are submitting a link for your Notion, you should publish it to the web and make it public. If you don't know how to do it, go and watch the learning resources. I'm not going to be permitting some sort of mistakes that we'll be making throughout at this point, because we should know better.
Okay, one more question, please, ma. If you are attaching, you said we should attach the Google form. We should share a Google form for our user research. What other things should we attach?
I would say if you actually, you should attach your Google form, right? Now, if you attach the correct link, the admin link, and when I say admin link, there's a view. Google created the form in such a way that the responder doesn't see what the person who created the form can see. So if you've ever created a Google form, you'll see that you can see responses on your own version of the form. But when you send it out, people can only see the question. Now, it's the view that you can see that I want.
Okay.
It has both the question and the responses. That is what I want to see.
Okay. So what other things should we attach?
Every other thing that you should be attaching. Google form, the Google responses is the only external link that I expect. For your flowchart, take a screenshot and attach the screenshot.
Okay, screenshot is okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Elvis.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, tutor. I think the last speaker took my question 1, so I got that answer. I was actually looking forward to the flowchart class. I wasn't in town that weekend and I had no network access, so I'm completely blank there. But from what I'm seeing now, I may have to rely on recording to do that.
Yes, watch the recording, read the slides. I will also try to do a screen recording later in the week, but there's a recording of that class that you should go and watch.
Okay, and for this compilation now, some of the assignments we could not submit, we are allowed to put them. Like week 1, I think I missed the timeline. I thought it was Friday. I didn't know it had been changed to Thursday, so I couldn't submit my assignment.
This assignment is not for you to compile all your previous recording. Have you read the instructions?
The only instruction I saw there is to put all your assignments into one file. So maybe what I'm seeing.
Click on the document attached.
Oh, okay.
There's a document to the instruction. It's not just that instruction. Click on the document attached and you see what your project is.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Folashade.
Sorry, I wanted to say that. Good evening, ma. I wanted to say I was not home, but I was just getting in now. I already dropped it on the chat. I just got in now.
Malik Saleh.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I just wanted to ask something about the CV that you are saying. Are we going to include in the project? Is that what it was?
No, you're not including CV in your project.
You said?
We are not including a CV in your project.
All right, because the network is fluctuating and I don't really have it clearly. Thank you.
Chinasa Chukwuemeka.
Good evening, ma'am. Please, I want to ask for a favor. Please, can the recording be provided, this particular one, so that all these instructions we are giving us, we can, if one forgets, you can easily go and check.
Chinasa, the recording is always provided.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Paul, Israel, you go after Paul.
Yeah, so I want to find out for those that may have missed an assignment, even though we later did it beyond the deadline, can we get feedback so that we don't make the same mistake in the project, even if you don't grade us for it?
That would be very difficult because, as I said earlier, my DM is flooded and I'm at the point where I'm unable to even keep up with messages in my DMs. So, which is why I try to use a Google form so I can have like systemic feedback and I know how to track it. Now, if I say yes, you can share your portfolio with me. I cannot guarantee that I will be able to get to it in time because I have a lot of DMs and it might get lost in the it might get lost. Now, what you can do is you can send me an email instead.
An email with the
Yes.
assignments done.
Yes, you can send an email and then I can reply to your email with feedback.
Okay, thank you very much.
So we're ready, Abby. That's all our questions. We can do some more questions till 6 and then we'll start. Or should we start now? We don't have questions. Okay, Israel. Israel, you can speak.
All right. Going straight to the point, you lay emphasis that the only link you wanted to see in the portfolio is the link for the Google form, which is for the user research. But when you are trying to address a particular person that asked a question, the person you told the person that he can send the link for Notion if he's using Notion for the roadmap. So I got to realize that the roadmap actually requires you sending the link because Notion actually sends only link alone. So I don't know. I want to be really. Are you with me?
I'm with you. Go on.
So I want to be really sure of what we are expected to put the link, like the ones that we are to put the link and the one we are not to put the link. So that I don't want to go and put the link for the ones that is not needed.
So, Israel, you're the one that is actually confused here. Let me explain. I said you can either use Google Slide to submit your assignment or you use Notion. If you use Notion to submit your assignment, that is, you are developing your portfolio on Notion. If you use Notion, I want you to make sure your Notion link is visible, publish it to the web, and then submit it. That is what I said. I also said that there is no need to include external link. If your roadmap, your PRD, everything you're doing should be on one single document, no external link. The only external link that should be on your document is your user research.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Augusta, so we have 5 minutes more. If you are not somewhere that, sorry, hold on, Augusta. If you are not somewhere that you can easily take this test, I'm not going to take excuses. As I said, this is going to count towards your attendance. So you've had at least an hour that I've been talking to position yourself in a place where you can participate. Augusta, you can go.
The customer persona will be on Canva. And how are we going to base that on the Notion?
You can download an image on Canva.
Template. Can we also take a screenshot of that one?
You can even download an image on Canva. You know, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, ma.
You can download whatever you do on Canva as an image. Oh, you're breaking, or is it me that is breaking?
Explore other share options. And this is my net.
Okay, you can download an image. I hope this answers your question. I find it interesting the way you people misconstrue the things that I say. Elvis, I didn't say that I didn't say there was a form for you to submit ungraded assignments. I said if you submitted your assignment and I have not graded it because you had one issue or the other, it's not for you to submit the assignments. It's for you to tell me what the issue is. If I have not graded it, then I probably left comments for you that you have to address. Go and address the comments. If you've addressed the comments, then let me know in the form, because I get people tell me, Ma, you've not graded our week 9, you've not graded my week 7. So it is for such complaints. It is not for you to submit your assignments. So I'm going to stay on the call for the duration of this test. I am uploading the quiz right now. So if you're not logged into Notion, Israel, I specifically said don't use MS Word. You either use Google Slide or you use Notion. If you've not logged into your Google Classroom, now is a good time to log in. What tool are you using to create your roadmap? Why not use the same tool to do your portfolio? If you're using Notion, again, why is everybody no, it's a Google form quiz. It's a quiz, John. Why is everybody running away from Notion? I personally prefer you guys use Notion. Google Slides is just a second alternative. So, and you've used Notion already. Livingstone, you have 1 minute to ask this question. 1 minute. Livingstone, you can ask.
Someone was talking about the Canva for the flowchart, because I didn't use Canva for my own. I use Figma. So, and I don't think Figma can allow that saving of the image
Take a
on device. So how do we go about that? Screenshot,
screenshot.
Abby?
Screenshot. I'm waiting for 6 hours. All right, you can all check. It is going to be due 6 p.m. today. I'll stay on the call. If you have questions, you can ask me your questions. I'm not going to tell you any answers. So start. So don't let me distract you, but we'll all be on the call. Remember, this counts as your attendance. So me too, I use the web. Can we all see the test? Anyway, Joshua, please help me check if they can see the test.
Well, now the test is visible. I'm seeing
Okay.
it in the class.
Okay, Emmanuel, it's probably your internet. The questions are easy. So, um, I even left it up to 6:45 so that you all have time to. For those asking where is the test happening, it's on Google Classroom. Log into your classroom and check the class. Yes, check the classroom resource. If you can't see the test, what class are you in? Just as you are saying you can't see the test, let me know which classroom you are so I know where to check. Those of you who can't see it, it's most likely your internet because I have checked every class and it's there. Try refreshing your internet and then log into Google Classroom again. Alright, Emmanuel. Remember, this counts as your attendance. So even if you don't answer all the questions or you don't know all the questions, it's important that you submit. Make sure you submit. Make sure you submit before the classes, before 6:45, because we'll assume that you were not in this class. John, refresh your class. You can see that even the stream is not showing. Refresh your browser. Because 5 minutes is too much, Abby. Okay, now submit your own and go. Other people are having issues, so I hope everybody has been able to log into the class by now. Make sure you submit. I'm not going to accept any. I was on the class, but I didn't press hand in or I didn't submit. I'm not going to. There's nothing I can do for this one. Those of you that are saying done, I'm looking at the classwork and nobody has submitted. Okay, I can see your responses. Guys, I just realized, for those who have submitted, please don't drop off the call. We might have to do this again. I just realized that it's only your email addresses that are showing, so we might need to make allowances for your name, right? So I want to make a provision for name. So just hold on. If you've submitted already, stay on the call because we might have to do this again. Same questions, but I will reduce the time this time because you've done it already. If you're already doing the assignment, please hold on. I'm sending another link. So just hold on. All right.
Everyone, wait for it. She's working on the link.
Okay, guys, it's up. Gosh, it's not up. Hold on. All right, new link is live. If you've taken the test, please go back and take it again. You can submit. Make sure you write your name. The new form should show section for name. So whatever you filled before is invalid. This is the valid one because this one has your name. Guys, so make sure, don't make a mistake. Don't say you've done the first one. Please make sure you fill this one. Fill in your name. Joshua and I are not going to be answering any request that has to do with this form because it's very straightforward. I'm going to stop taking responses by 6:30. I'm going to stop taking responses. Refresh your link, David. Everybody else has started seeing. Everybody else has started seeing the right link. Refresh your link if you're not seeing the correct form. Folashade, this question that you have, hope you've submitted. Folashade, you can speak.
Yes, I've submitted. When I submitted, yeah.
I can't hear you.
For now, and it included the name already. Is it that this new one you are sending is different? Because I've already done that and submitted.
If it includes your name, that's fine.
Okay.
Emmanuel, it should show your name. I'm closing this form by 6:30. Scroll down. Maybe the questions are shuffled, but yours must show name. You're supposed to fill the section that has your name, because I can see some people are not filling the name section. It's not for fancy. There are 60. How many of you are on this call? 65 of you are on this call. I'm supposed to be saying 65 responses on the form. I haven't seen up to 65 responses yet, guys. You have 10 minutes more. I haven't seen up to 65 responses. Oh. Remember, this is your attendance, so even if you are not able to finish answering all the questions, submit it like that. No, you won't see the results. I will fill in the results on your Google Classroom. Let me do this one. Chris, can you help me check if it's just one you can now see on the classroom? All right. Anyone that has your name, as far as the one you filled has your name, that's what's important to me. I didn't say email. If you have assignment complaints, you submitted and something, I didn't grade it or whatever, there's a form. Joshua, please help me repost the form, the link for the form they're supposed to be filling. We have 7 minutes more, and I have just 56 responses here. 57, 58. About 7 more people have not submitted. No duplicate response, so please. $59, 6 more. 7 more minutes, 6 more people are yet to submit. How many people on this call? 64. Someone has dropped off. So 63 people. Let's see how many responded. Okay, everybody has submitted. Can everybody confirm that they submitted? I want to close the form.
Sorry, Judith, I think you should wait till 6:30 because some people are dropping off and on the call.
Okay, no problem. But I'm seeing more responses than are on this call. I can see 68 responses on the form right now. And we're not up to 68 here. 70 responses. You have 5 minutes more. If you've not submitted, there's nothing I can do about it. No, it's not including the previous response. I've deleted responses that don't include your email. So these are fresh responses that is giving me 70 how many. Anyway, form has been closed. If you were not able to submit, please don't send me a DM. I don't know. Is there anybody on this call that was not able to submit? Anybody here that wasn't able to submit? What was your issue? John, you weren't able to submit. How come? John, raise your hand so you can tell me what happened. Okay, let me open it up because some of you here clearly are not able to submit. John.
Yeah, madam, you said 6:30.
I know I did, but we are having more responses than people on the call. So I had to close it. We have about 64 students here, but I have 73 responses on the form so far. But let me open it for about 5 more minutes. So just
stick to your 5 more minutes.
So the form is now open for 5 more minutes, which means by 6:33, I'm closing it, and I will not open it for anybody. So if you have issues, because some people are sending the links to their friends. Philly, do you have an issue? Philly, you can unmute your mic.
Sorry, I was about submitting when you close the group, when you close the link, rather.
Okay, you can submit now. 6:33, I am closing this form. Afolabi. Afolabi, I can't. Yes, I can hear you now.
I've been trying to submit, but I was unable to.
Try now. You have 6:30. You have about 4 more minutes. Try it now. Amina, you're in there.
Good evening. Okay, so
Yes.
I wanted to confirm. The first form you sent, I was already answering the question when you told us I wanted to update the form to add our names. Then I just refreshed that page and then this thing came up for me to put my name. Is this still the same form or I should have new link? Okay. All right. Thank you.
3 more minutes. Toluwa Lope John. John, Israel.
Sorry, ma'am. I have done that too, and I have submitted. The one I submitted include my name. But anytime I go to my Google Classroom to check, the phone is as if I have not submitted because it's not recording my
Not recording, but did you get an email? Your response?
It's not empty as if I have not done anything.
Yes, I know. But did you check your email? You should have gotten a copy of your response.
In my email. Okay, let me go and check my email. Because that one is confusing me.
It will not record on Google Classroom, but I can see it on the form here. 2 more minutes. So it will be very sad if some of you that are here now did not submit, because there are some Kukere people that are filling the form, and I can see the responses are more than the people here. So it will be sad if some of you that are here are not able to fill, and people that are not here are quickly filling this form. It will be very sad. Exactly. You should get an email. So we check your email. The email attached to the Google account you are using to fill this form. You should get an email. 1 minute more. 1 minute more. Okay, I guess we can close it now. John, have you submitted? John. Awesome. All right. 83 responses. 83 responses. Those of you that are sending these forms to your friends, I will fish all of you out. Because how do I have 83 responses on this form and you're not up to 70? So if you're interested in filling the form, why not participate in the class? I will fish you out eventually, because by the time I start to record it, I know the students who are regularly participating in assignments, and we'll be able to still fish you out. So if you think that you've outsmarted us. Okay, so we have successfully done revision. Like I said, I will do a flowchart sometime this week, and I will share a screen recording with the class. What else am I owing you people? I said I'm going to share a template, product management template. And yes, that's about it. So do your assignments. If you copy each other, when you are presenting, I'm going to catch you, because you're going to walk me through your rationale on how you came about your solution. So if you read the questions properly, I said explain your solution, and then alongside your solution, tell me all these other tasks that I have outlined, right? So that's what I want to see on your assignments. I'm so sorry to people who couldn't submit. I can't open the form again because I extended the time, and we have way more responses than we should. There was a lot of time for you all to submit. But you can catch up with the project. Israel, do you have an issue?
It's not actually an issue, Sha. As you said, I should go and check my email. I went into my email, so I it's surprising that all the ones that I've submitted, it was not recorded, seriously. So it was just the last one I did within the 5 minutes you said I noticed that they actually bought me this thing that I actually partook in the quiz. So I'm very surprised. That means that I could have just been out of it all. So
You're very lucky.
God, no problem. It's all right.
All right. Oluwatobi. We're wrapping up class in the next minutes.
I didn't get an email and I submitted twice. The first time when there was no name and the second time when there was name. But I'm not getting any email saying I was successful. I was successful completely.
Try refreshing your email. Isaiah.
Okay, good evening, ma. Please, when you made mention of
Voice is muffled. I can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Hello, ma, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So I was asking when we were talking about Regina, how we came up with our solution. So network it was breaking, so I couldn't hear you. Can you just rehearse a bit?
I can't hear you, please. I can't hear you. Your voice is muffled. Try, if you're using an earpiece, take out your earpiece and try again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. When you were talking about the rationale, how we came up with our solution, it was breaking over here, so I couldn't hear you clearly. Please, can you just rehearse a bit, please? Let me just get the points.
I just said that I want to see I want to see what your solution for the product is, alongside all the other things. Along all the other things that I asked for. Right. What class are you in?
It's a product management, Jen.
Okay, so for Jen, let me see what your project is. Bantu box. So
yes,
the solution now for this Bantu box, right? I want you to tell me what the solution is. Then I want you to now conduct user research, include the form and responses, write a PRD and a 3-month product roadmap. Then using Moscow framework, prioritize 3 features for your MVP, write the customer problem statement for this Bantu box, develop a customer persona, map the flowchart for only 2 features, and then tell me how your products will generate revenue and which pricing strategy you will implement. So you first start with, I think for every class, you first start with telling me what your solution is. Is this a mobile app? Is this a web application? What is the solution? How are you going to build it? What's your strategy? Then you start to tell me all the other things that I asked you for. Is that clear?
Okay, all right. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
All right. Israel, you're the last we'll take for today.
Sorry that I'm coming up too much, but they said that any person that asks question does not miss rule, so I have to ask. And in respect of this project of a thing, just imagining that I make use of Google Slide instead of Notion to draft the portfolio, the assignment portfolio. So now, when I'm using a Google Slide and then a roadmap and backlog is being done on this thing on Notion, that it requires to show it by the link alone. So, and then you have clearly made the statement that we should only put the link of our Google form alone. How are we going to do about the link of the Notion for the roadmap and backlog then?
Why are you using for your portfolio, and why are you using Notion for roadmap and then Google Slide for your portfolio? Use one. Either use Notion or you use Google Slide.
Why I'm saying like that is that being convenient, seriously, I don't know how I can draft the whole portfolio in Notion. I think I'm not too conversant with that. That is the issue. So I think Google Slide could be a little bit better for me, but it requires me putting the link of the backlog and the roadmap from the Google for the Notion to the Google Slide. So I don't know how it will solve the issue of don't put the link except only the this thing.
You can
Google
you
Form.
you can use Notion to still create sections. Maybe I will also do a recording on how to use Notion.
Okay. The what is getting too big, seriously. This place now.
That's why,
It's not that
that's why
the difficult,
that's why
but
it's a project.
the whole thing is not difficult, but the format, the tools I'm using is the issue. It's all right. Let me see what you draft for us to see, so that can guide me.
Praise.
Good evening, ma. Yeah, sorry, everybody has been asking the same question, but this is more of like a final clarification for me. Just to clarify, we are using either Notion or Google Slide for the assignment and including just link for our user research. So is it that we are not using Google Documents, like Word now? We are not using Google Documents. We are either using a slide or a Notion or Notion. I
Say
don't know
that
if you
again.
understand.
Say it again.
Okay, we are not using Google Documents, like Google Document now. We are using either the slide or we are using Notion for the
Yes.
assignment.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Nnamdi, you can ask our last question. David, please type your question in the chat. Nnamdi, you can go. Nnamdi Osemeka. If you don't have a question, I'll just call on David.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry. Like, I had a very poor network earlier on. So, but I heard some people asking about the user research. But from the assignment, from the portfolio project write-up I'm seeing here, it says you don't have to conduct user research, but ensure to include the research methodology you would have used for this project. So do we need to still send a link of responses? Because I heard some people talking about
No,
sending.
so every class every class has a different assignment. So the people asking that question is because of the instructions that their class has.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. David, please type your question in the chat so we can wrap up. Just type your question.
Let's start this question now.
Is this a link I will paste on Notion? No, write it on Notion. This is a learning experience. Type it on Notion. You either get to use Google Slide or you use Notion. So type it on Notion. I believe I have answered all your questions. If you have some more questions, you can type in chat. We have to end this class now. For those who were not able to submit their assignments, I am sorry to you guys because we have 83 responses on the form and it's very surprising. We have 83 responses and we don't even have up to 70 people on this call. So I can't open up the form because it means that people who are not on the class are participating in the test, and then people that are actually in the class are not participating. Why? So, and this also counts as your attendance for this class. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. What's the minimum for the Google response we are to collect or gather? 15. 15 should be your minimum. 10 to 15 can be your minimum. So 10 to 15 responses. All right. Have a good night.